I finished Sterling Point in like 2 days, so of course now I have to talk about the costume design. The costume designer was Marissa Schwartz, and she said it was important for her to have the people watching the show feel like they could see themselves in the characters because part of the appeal of the YA genre is this universal relatability in the stories. The look of the show is very warm, so I love that people wore cozy knits, sweatshirts, slouchy tees. Everyone's outfits just looked really lived in. Rory and Connor specifically wore some designer brands like Balmain, Marni, Bodhi, even Margiela, which makes sense for their characters given that they are the two rich guys of the group. And when it comes to Annie, she has the classic fish out of water arc. When she first arrives on the island, she's wearing this very polished, stark white outfit that automatically makes her stand out against the very natural elements of her surroundings. And on top of that, she's wearing this Dries Van Noten trench coat with some Chanel ballet flats to further emphasize her wealth. Marissa said that she intentionally styled her in a way that would make more sense for like St. Bart's or the Hamptons, one of these lavish vacation spots Annie would be more familiar with. Even though Annie is rich, they didn't want her to feel unrealistic, so Marissa mixed in high-end designer items with more affordable brands that a regular teenage girl would wear. I noticed that she wore a few different Chanel items, and then this article confirmed that Chanel actually reached out to them to have their pieces featured, so that makes sense. But I feel like Marissa incorporated them in a way that felt very organic. Like, yes, Annie is carrying around this $5,000 Chanel bag, but it's paired with a Brandy Melville top, so realistically, you could believe that maybe her dad bought the purse for her birthday or Christmas. Another great in-universe explanation for an outfit is this dress that Annie wears to the party. It's from Chanel's Spring/Summer 2023 collection. Instead of having us as the audience believe that Annie packed a full-on runway dress to go stay at a cabin in Canada, they have her borrow the dress from a rich friend's mom, which makes way more sense. As the show goes on, Annie's style becomes more relaxed, casual, and outdoorsy. My favorite outfit of the season was actually at the end when she's wearing this oversized sweater with some lacy shorts and then muddied hunter boots. I feel like this outfit was just the perfect way to show her character arc and how parts of her identity and style have blended together. I also wanted to point out this red and blue color story that we see throughout the show. Ramona and Annie wear both colors, but Ramona was primarily in red versus Annie that was mostly in blue and cool tones. The colors show contrast between the characters, but I also think they're meant to represent the two worlds of the show. Like, does Annie go back to her life in New York or does she stay on the island? I think red represents New York and blue is the island. When Annie first meets Ellis, he's in blue, and then when she sees Rory for the first time, he's in red, as well as his douchey friend Lincoln, he's in red too. I also noticed a few different scenes where Annie and Ellis are in opposing colors, so I don't know if that's just a coincidence or if that's maybe foreshadowing for the future, but if it is, then you heard it here first. You guys know I can be a little nitpicky when it comes to costume design, but I think this show really nailed it, and hopefully they get renewed for season 2 so I can see how the clothes evolve with the characters and the plot.